Today I want to follow up on a video I did about abuse of students in Thailand schools. So I want to try to answer why does it happen and why does no one do anything about it. And the best answer that I can come up with is that it is tolerated and enabled because it destroys the student's self-esteem, destroys the student's autonomy, destroys the student's capacity for creative thought and action, and it makes them excellent subjects of the monarchy and the military. So, so first I want to say, do I have any guilt about what I did or how I acted when I was a teacher upon witnessing this? And I have no regrets at all, because I can tell you that following my firing for complaining about abuse of my students, I received notice about teachers in my school who supported the military coup, who hated Yingluck as the elected prime minister. And so these teachers would, in their classroom, use the classroom to submit their students to propaganda as like a captive audience. Propaganda in favor of the military coup. And so I don't have any regrets at all, because they wanted to impose upon me double standards, which they impose across the society. They want to allow the abusive, reactionary, ultra right wing to just run the field, and they want to censor and banish or outright kill, lynch, and terrorize anybody who disagrees with them. Okay, so I don't have any regrets at all. So I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about the influences on me that led me to act as I did. So these would be three educators and writers: Alice Miller, Arthur Silber, and Alfie Kohn. You can look them up. Arthur Silber has a blog called The Power of Narrative. One word, all run together. thepowerofnarrative.blogspot.com. Very good analysis on that blog. Alfie Kohn is a famous American educator. Alice Miller is also a psychologist and a writer. So I want to talk about three things that Alice Miller wrote. So when I was fired, I was told I was fired by because I was a bad teacher. Except when I was fired, they spent half of my outgoing interview explaining to me why beating the crap out of students is, quote, Thai culture. So I want to address this claim in three things that I want to read to you, and I believe this supports my conclusion that the rampant abuse of students is intended to create pliant subjects of the monarchy and non-complaining victims of the military. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about first. I'm going to talk about a quote from Alice Miller book called "What Is Hatred," and this is so. Let's get right into it. Miller says, "Unfortunately, adults have methods at their disposal for denying the violence done to them in youth and taking that violence out on others. With sophisticated ideological justifications, they can even contrive to pass it off as a good thing. The less inclination they show to recognize and revise this ingenious self-delusion, the more likely it is that others will be made to suffer the consequences. And it is this that ultimately confronts us with the apparent paradox of a nice, well-behaved child, consummately skilled in living up to the adult's expectations and never voicing any criticism of them, ending up 30 years later as a commandant in Auschwitz or as Adolf Eichmann. I think that perfectly describes the dictator of Thailand right now, Prayeth, and probably a lot of the people who work for him and support him. Okay, next we want to talk about helping witness. Helping witness is someone who helps the abused child, the child who is suffering abuse. Okay, so this is what Miller says is the purpose of helping witness. This is from the book called For Your Own Good, Hidden Cruelty in Child Rearing and the Roots of Violence. And so Miller says, helping witnesses give sympathy and affection to these beaten or neglected children. They trust the children and help them feel that they are not bad or evil, but worthy of kindness from others. Thanks to such witnesses, who may be completely oblivious to the role they are playing, children in difficult situations can see that there is such a thing as love in this world. In the best cases, they learn how to develop trust in their fellow humans and to accept the love and kindness that comes their way. In the total absence of helping witnesses, these children glorify the violence they have been subjected to and frequently make blatant use of it in later life. I would say that's a perfect description of what the woman who fired me called Thai culture. And you can see citations going back decades, if not hundreds of years, in the Thai education system of teachers beating the crap out of students. Okay, and that's Thai culture. Okay, and it was used to prop up the military and the monarchy for years. Okay, finally, I want to go out with this concept called poisonous pedagogy, also from Miller's book called For Your Own Good. These are 11 points, which she says are fundamental in poisonous pedagogy. And if you look at them, I think they're very close to the systematic implementation of education in Thailand right now. So let's read it. Poisonous pedagogy. It is the part of poisonous pedagogy to impart to the child from the beginning false information and false beliefs that have been passed on from generation to generation and dutifully accepted by the young, even though they are not only unproven but are demonstrably false. And the 11 examples of these beliefs are: 1, a feeling of duty produces love. 2, hatred can be done away with by forbidding it. 3, parents deserve respect simply because they are parents. 4, children are undeserving of respect simply because they are children. 5, obedience makes a child strong. 6, a high degree of self-esteem is harmful. 7, a low degree of self-esteem makes a person altruistic. 8, tenderness and doting are harmful. 9, responding to a child's needs is wrong. 10, severity and coolness are good preparations for life. 11, pretense of gratitude is better than honest ingratitude. Land of smiles. So thank you for your consideration. Have a nice day.